Today we're here with Gary Stern of Stern Pinball, fresh out of IAPA 2015. How was IAPA 2015 for you?
It was great. It's a very busy show. It's a commercial show. Um, we have many people there that would be customers. We have people who just like pinball, so our games get played constantly. We have 5 games there. We had a Game of Thrones Pro, a Game of Thrones LE to show people what the difference is. WrestleMania Pro, Kiss Pro, and The Walking Dead Pro. So,
from what I
people
saw,
from all over the world there too.
yeah, they got played all day. I was at IAPA Thursday and Friday, all day long. They played, they worked. No stuck balls. Just
our games. A trade show is a real test because they get played constantly. 8 hours straight, 10 to 6, and those games held up very well, very well. Actually, I don't think we had anything. I had nothing. Well, I was there most of the time because I do meetings at a little table there, and I don't remember anything having to be open. I opened some games to show people the inside, especially some other parts of the world where it's very hard to ship games into. So we're thinking about selling kits of the games to Brazil or Turkey or China, just to try and get in or back in those markets. There's a big enthusiast population, many enthusiast clubs in Brazil, but the games are very expensive there, 100% duty.
so it's kind of, but whereas like operators are. Their collector market's growing here. The collector market's already growing there, and the operator market could grow. Is that where it's kind of at in some of those places?
Some places have a large operator market, like Italy, mostly operators, and some places like the United States, which is probably 25-30% operator, and the balance is both collector, enthusiast, and also what we call a rec room buyer, or a guy who's 45, 50 years old. Played pinball when he was 20, 25. Once went for home. Tells his wife it's for the kids because mommy approves everything coming in the house.
You grew up in pinball. Do you recall the first pinball you played?
No, not a chance.
What's the first one you do remember?
Oh, I don't know. I just
it's kind of a blur.
There's been a lot of games. I've been around this. My father started as a game operator. I've been. And he he became owner in Williams when I was 2.
Wow.
So, and then when I was 16, he started me in the stock room. But first and foremost, we're a manufacturing business.
What's new with pinball, one of the main things is the new spike architecture.
Yeah. It's a bus system, up until Spike, which is, started with WrestleMania, so it was WrestleMania, Nelly, of course. Kiss, Game of Thrones, and all the games of the future. We had the same basic architecture as was used in the 70s when we started making solid state games, which was a matrix system. This is a bus system. It's all LEDs, and it's like an automobile. Today is all LEDs in a bus system. Think of your computer wire, same kind of wiring you have in your computer, going to semi-smart node boards that then distribute and receive distributed signals to the various components. So there's 3 or 4 node boards in a game. It's scalable to do more with the system, and it has things built into it that we haven't even gotten around to using yet, because ultimately it will be in the cloud, social networking, letting the operator, where it's a commercial use, poll his machines, that type of thing. So there's a lot that we'll be able to do now.
That's what I was getting into as a collector operator. I do this too, and I was wondering, is it going to happen something like pay rain, something where you can pay with your cell phone?
Certainly. I mean, listen, money's going away. Plastic and people are using pay rain. And you look at Raw Thrills, for example, has a credit card set up with regular credit cards through their server, which is probably more economical than pay range, because part of the problem is, for an operator, it's expensive to to accept payment and then pay a fee on the credit card. It's and this is the same with the jukeboxes, which touch tunes have a lot of their money is paid with the with credit card. Now it's going to phones, but there's a cost involved in that, and the transactions are very small, so the cost is high. So some of what some other people have done, pay range, I know about. I don't know a lot about it yet.
I don't either, but
I've read about it. I saw it at the show, of course. The pool table guys next to me were using it, and we will look at it. But there's other solutions also we will look. Anybody can go on any operator can use pay range right now. They don't need us. We have nothing to do with it.
Right. I mean, if you already have the architecture, the code. It's you can add. It's robust. It's very robust. You can add what you need to. I like the social networking. As an operator, I'd like to be able to remote into my games to see how well they're doing.
That's right.
Oh, this switch hasn't been hit in 100 games. It might be, every shot in your games is makeable. So it's not like it's a stuck switch or something's broken. As an operator, we do have to go to the site, and we should be keeping up on our games, but we'd like to make it more, efficient. In reference to online media and social media, congrats on the online streaming debut of games. And then before that, I have enjoyed the promo videos that show how the games are coming along. In the 90s, I think it was just the 90s, maybe the 80s, cassette tapes were sent out. VHS tapes were sent out to operators. Say, this is Twilight Zone, this is Addams Family, this is Demolition Man. It was done to show.
Yeah, we used to have gameplay thing, so that and we also had service tapes and the videos in those days back in the day. But that was a few years back. Technology has changed a lot.
Is it becoming more relevant to do online and media? And does it really draw a good amount of new eyes to the product?
We think it does, and I'll tell you what else draws new eyes is that our games are. We have some games, and we've renewed and enlarged our arrangement with Farsight, so that you see some of our games in apps, and now you're introducing it to a whole new and larger group of people.
I saw with Game of Thrones, the first released photos were 3D renderings, and it's exactly as the game is. It's in the 3D renderings of it, and so when you have that architecture of a game, does it make it easier to send to Farsight? Hey, here's what it looks like.
That, remember that today a lot of the design work is done in SolidWorks, which is a software program, three-dimensional mechanical engineering program. So it all comes together. It all blends together. Now you've just exhausted my expertise. That's all I can
same here.
It's way past it's way over my pay grade.
But that's how basically we're at the point where games that there's a demand for games to go from the classic Sterns from the 2000s, even relatively new games eventually going out to Farsight.
Yeah, we will be doing more of that. And one of the things that we noted is that when we had our first Farsight game, it then all of a sudden increased the resale value of the mechanical game, the real game. So there you go.
Considering that the Vault edition of Tron and Iron Man have done well, and you're a manufacturer, so keeping the production line going is the goal. Is it safe to say there's going to be another Vault release like next year or soon?
Yes, yes, it's safe to say. We will continue. Our plan is we will make 3 what we call Cornerstone games, main titles this year: WrestleMania, Kiss, and Game of Thrones. We make those in a Pro and an LE, sometimes a Premium. In addition, we'll continue once in a while to do a Vault game where we take a title out of production. The Cornerstone games we may make for a year or 2 or 3. The Vault has been out of production, maybe out of license. We have to relicense, get an extension of some sort, dress it up a little, change it a little, and re-release it. we'll do that periodically, and we also will continue entertaining the idea of doing studio games, and that would be a game like Wonelli that somebody brought to us as a working game.
And launch parties, have they been good for PR? And
absolutely,
they
absolutely.
bring in new buyers.
And they're also very important for the current buyers, so we intend to continue with that.
One last silly question around the end. Seeing as you're doing a WWE pinball machine, who is your favorite wrestler of all time, or character?
I don't have a favorite one. I'm not all that. I have.
Right.
I've been to the
to
WrestleMania, and that was it's amazing. It's quite a family event. It's a lot of families there, and certainly a lot of dads and sons, but a lot of whole families were there. It was amazing. It was fun. I had a great time. Great time.
I commend the long tournament you're doing with WWE. So it gives everybody worldwide a shot to play. That's never been done.
They have a European tour every year, and get big crowds with it. So it's they're worldwide. Absolutely.
Any last word for the viewers and pinball enthusiasts?
Well, just that we appreciate the support of the whole community. It's part of our business, very important part. We need all aspects of the business, and so we appreciate people playing, people buying, and continue to. Without that, we wouldn't be doing this.
We're all in this together, and pinball it's growing every possible way. Tournaments and PR and social media of it. And thank you for the interview, and good to see you.
Thank you very much.